in, and then you were out.
I was waiting for you. Yeah, I was waiting for you.
Okay. Hop in here. All right, Gods, how are you doing, man? Congratulations on your victory. LG with their first weekly victory. It's been a long time, and definitely good play coming out today. Widow is not yet dead, at least from your perspective.
Widow will never die as long as I'm alive. I've put in too much work to let it die now.
Do you think that your play on Widow is just because you're so focused on headshots that like your play is not going to die out like that, like some other heroes, or are you just more comfortable on the way Widow is now? What do you just overall think about the Widow nerfs that came down and why you're still succeeding on Widow?
Well, I definitely don't like the Widowmaker nerfs. The way it was kind of brought about just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because I feel like making a character feel clunky is not really a good nerf to it. But it has kind of made Widowmaker more of a poke hero and less of a slaying hero. I mean, you have to be much more careful peeking against spam and stuff like that now, because you can't just jump in and out and shoot constantly. But I think she's definitely still viable.
So you think it's a situation there with Widow where people have sort of overreacted to a nerf? Because if you want to look back at things way back in the day, McCree, of course, got the fall-off nerf, and everyone just wrote off McCree for what felt like a month or two, when in reality, McCree was still incredibly good, and as noted by the point where he got to the point where everyone was running double McCree before one hero limit.
Well, I think it's just a different play style now. I mean, there are certainly going to be people that won't play McCree now that he's more based around left clicks with the Fan the Hammer nerf. I think it's similar with Widowmaker, where she's definitely just not... Some players that are just like carry players that just want to kill everything may not like Widowmaker as much now, but I feel like her role is just slightly shifted, but she's still really good.
Now, would you say that this patch has been kind to LG? Of course, with the nerfs to Widow and McCree, there were a lot of teams that were very much sort of carried by the Widow and McCree play, whereas LG liked running more projectile DPS anyways. Of course, when they added you to the roster, they had a huge bump in their hit scan play, but overall, LG doesn't run quite as much in the way of heavy hit scan reliance as other teams. Overall, have you guys had more success post-patch relative to what you had before?
I don't know that we've had more success, but I think every team is trying to find their place with this new meta. It feels like Pharah and Winston both got really strong, and Widowmaker and McCree obviously got slightly nerfed. So I think that it's shifted, but I don't necessarily think it made us stronger. I just keep playing Widowmaker because I put in so much work pre-patch that I just don't want it to go to waste. I'd like to make Widowmaker work.
So you're playing Widowmaker out of stubbornness, but we have seen a rise in Soldier 76, which is also another hero that you're very strong on. Do you think we're going to see more 76 out of LG in the future? Because that is something that a lot of teams which generally run a Widow, granted you're still running that, have transitioned to because he's more consistent. Can you just give us our thoughts on where do you think 76 is right now in the meta?
I think 76 is an alternative to Widowmaker right now. They both do kind of poke damage, but Widowmaker is just more bursty. So I think that Soldier is definitely kind of a medium in between McCree and Widowmaker. So I don't think there's really a time where you need to have like Widowmaker and Soldier. So for the most part, you'll see me switching to Soldier on some maps or some parts of maps that I feel like it's strong. And I think Widowmaker and Soldier are both the best hit scan right now. I know that people are trying to keep McCree in the meta. I just don't see it right now, to be honest with you, even though he's one of my favorite characters. I definitely feel like Soldier is extremely strong, and we'll definitely be running it in the future some more.
Well, I wanted to get your opinion on some of the other top teams in North America. I mean, you guys definitely have a rivalry with Cloud9, and with Envious now becoming a North American team. Can you just give us your general thoughts? You guys so far have kind of struggled to beat those next teams. What do you think you guys have to do to take that next step to be able to unseed Cloud9 and unseed Envious as the best team in North America?
I think that we just need to put in the work and start scrimming as much as we possibly can. I mean, it's been great lately. We've been able to get scrims in against Reunited and Envious, and it's been really like kicking our gameplay up a notch. So I think we can take maps off of anyone, and we can take games off of anyone, but if we want to do it consistently, we need to be scrimming them a lot more than we are.
Well, Hex brought up top teams. Would not be in the review with mentioning some of the spicy drama that's been in the past. Are you guys on good terms with C9 right now, or are you and C9 still fighting, still not scrimming, and all the rest? What is the status of LG and C9 right now?
I personally have no problem with any of the guys on Cloud9. I was not like involved in any of that drama at all because I wasn't even on the team yet. So right now, no, we don't scrims Cloud9, but to my knowledge, I don't even know who Cloud9 is scrimming right now either. So, you know, I don't have an issue with any of them, but I'm not going to say anything other than that.
All right, that is a very political answer. I completely respect that. I just wanted to kick the hornet's nest a little bit since that's been a source of sparks and drama in the community. Hex, you have any final questions before we head off here for the day?
No, thanks for keeping Widow alive, even though I don't like playing against Widow. It's fun to watch you play it. Congratulations. You guys look great today.
Gods, the floor is yours for any shout-outs, sellouts, anything you want to throw out there right now. And, of course, congratulations again for your victory.
Thanks, guys. I guess I'll shout out, you know, Luminosity, my nephews, you know, all that good stuff. All my nephews just, like, hitting me up on Twitter being like, what's up, Gods? I love you. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, Gods, thank you again for joining us here today. And once again, congratulations, and we'll see more of you in the future. Alrighty, so that was LG Gods joining us here for the winner's interview. And Hex, now the floor is yours for any final sellouts, shoutouts, etc. before we take off for the day.
Another great day of Overwatch casting. Of course, thank you to UZP. Congratulations again to LG. It's nice to see them, you know, finally take home a championship or a tournament win at the very least. So I expect nothing but great things out of them. I guess personal shoutouts. You can follow me on Twitter if you want. That is at Hexagrams. And if I stream on Twitch, that is twitch.tv/Hexagrams.
All right, my shout-outs. You can follow me on Twitter at TempoZP. Following casters you like on Twitter is one of the best ways of showing support. I am terrible at tweeting. I don't even tweet very often, usually just for events, so you don't even have to worry about me spamming your feed, but you can follow me there. You can also follow Hex at Hexagrams. I do stream on Twitch, ZP_TV. I have not streamed as much recently. I do need to get back into it. And of course, big shouts to our sponsors here today that made this happen. GosuGamers as an organization for throwing these tournaments, and that's about it. We'll see you guys next week with another round of weeklies. And until then, see you next time.